All right, David Thompson, the universes we love today. There's a whole bunch of them, but mainly it is the blue brand, it is the DC universe. A handful of headlines. Can you believe it? James Gunn's still doing interviews.
Can't believe it with his brand new show on HBO Max.
I
The
realized
press,
something yesterday.
yeah.
Comic book movie directors, the record for most theatrically released, right?
Hmm.
Either Marvel or DC comic book movies of all time is five with James Gunn. Three Guardians, The
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, and Superman. Isn't that crazy? Because then
What's Russo's
Guardians
are at
Holidays,
four? Russo's have four?
Snyder and Raimi, I think, are both at four, and the Russos, of course.
Yeah.
So
No,
the
Russo's
Russos are going to
Russo's
hit five
yeah,
next
yeah.
year.
No, yeah, Russo's have four. Yeah, they'll be up.
Then
They'll surpass. But yeah,
Joe
well,
Johnston, Captain America, First Avenger.
Russo's and James Gunn, they'll be
I
kind
mean,
of head to head.
that's the combo.
Yeah.
Look at the hit rate. Look at the fucking hit rate. It's insane. Throw in Peacemaker season one, Peacemaker season two, and the Guardians holiday special.
Right.
James Gunn's has eight projects under his fucking belt.
Exactly.
Guardians holiday special is not nothing. That's 45 minutes of Guardians content.
It's fun.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm with you.
James Gunn on a wicked level press tour lately. Just always a new quote every week. Couple things. Here we go. Blue Beetle back in the news. James Gunn responding to a Blue Beetle fan saying that they hope Blue Beetle is in the new DCU, tells them you're going to be pretty happy with what's coming up. David, Blue Beetle's coming back to the DCU. Do we think it is a continuation of the DCEU lame duck Blue Beetle that we got? Or is this a new casting, new character? What do you think?
I think it's supposed to be similar, the same casting. I imagine this is going to be similar to what we are getting right now with Peacemaker, where it is a
Hmm.
continuation of the past, but la di da da what happened before. Like this is a new story. I know previously the report around Blue Beetle, I don't know if it's ever confirmed by Gunn, but the kind of indication for what Blue Beetle was going to do next was maybe in the animated space. That
That's
seems
what
like
I
a
thought.
nice entry point. I could totally see an animated series on HBO Max, with the same actor in the role, just doing voice acting, maybe even the same characters. And that's a little bit more low stakes if they don't have huge plans for the character, but that could work. I mean, when they first announced DC Studios and the new DCU, they wanted to do a lot of different mediums when it comes to live action movies, maybe even some animated movies, TV, same thing, live action animated, video games. And we're only really seeing we have an animated show, we've had a live action movie, we've had a live action TV series. So, we keep going, we keep moving, and there could always be something different on the horizon when it comes to DCU. So, Blue Beetle being a part of this new continuity, especially with how they've been handling Peacemaker so far, it could make plenty of sense at the end of the day.
Yeah. Speaking of things that make sense, Blue Beetle, one of the better DCEU movies of the last few years,
Good
right?
movie. Yeah.
It's not anything insane, but it's
No.
definitely not bad, which a lot of DCEU movies are bad. Um, Shazam 2, Black Adam, The Flash, Aquaman 2, like those are like the Flash. There are things in the Flash. Sure. Those are bad movies. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the other three are like objectively bad movies. Blue Beetle is not that. Zolo was awesome. He's the big question mark, right? Does he come back to either voice or act as Blue Beetle? And then also
Sure he
there's
would.
the Ted Kord of it all, the Hal
Right.
Jordan, John Stewart, Green Lantern situation. But for Blue Beetle, there's a more Iron Man-y Blue Beetle out there. His name is Ted Kord. Jason Statham has been floated around for years for Ted Kord. So yeah, Blue Beetle coming to the DCU, more steam than most other non-Justice League DC characters.
Yeah, and I think Zolo coming back, I'm sure he'd want to. And it'd be curious too, like, there's the connections there with Booster Gold, which is a project that seems to be may happen, may not right now, but who knows? Like it does feel like we are on the precipice of probably another wave, maybe early next year, of more confirmations, maybe some more announcements when it comes to what's happening next with the DCU. But maybe it also just be kind of that slow turn, slow churn. Because a lot of what Gunn says is, he indicates what's happening behind the scenes, but is not the type to make bold proclamations unless it is 100% going into production like the next day, it feels like.
Yeah. It's that's the thing about the DCU, man. After Mr. Terrific, honestly, you can make anything work at this point. No character is off balance just because there's no precedent. I watched the Suicide Squad over the weekend.
Yeah,
That is full of characters we've never thought of
right.
in our lives,
Polka Dot
and they
Man.
were awesome.
Yeah.
They were all awesome, every single one of them. Speaking of characters kind of getting their own thing in the DCU, the Justice Gang. They're in Peacemaker. They're in Superman. The talk of the town. James Gunn had that quote that the next Superman movie will be about a group of people we met in Superman but didn't get to see a lot of. Justice Gang definitely fits the bill. My question to you, David Thompson: box office, narrative, fan reception,
Hmm.
all that stuff. Can the Justice Gang get a movie and would it work?
That's interesting. Maybe. I mean, I would have said absolutely not before seeing the movie, but now after seeing Superman, I could say it's possible. Superman, of course, would be in that movie, I imagine. I think if it
To what
was,
extent do you think? Sorry.
well, I don't know. I think, look, the Justice Gang movie could be Gunn's secret new movie that's coming out soon, or that he's working on and could go in production soon, where it's a Superman sequel, quote unquote. It's like part of the Superman saga, all the Superman stuff, but he's going so out of his way to not say it's Superman 2. He said directly it's not Superman 2. So with that being said, I mean, the movie's not just gonna be Superman with the sliders changed with like playtime, right? Like it's
It's
not just
funny.
gonna be like lowering Clark Kent and then raising Green Lantern and raising Hawkgirl and raising it's gonna be something different. It's gonna be something new. So if it was going to be a Justice Gang movie, I imagine it would be that film. Because Justice Gang also feels so James Gunn. I can't imagine right now, at least, another director coming in and then directing that movie. But I think look, Hawkgirl's in all these projects. Guy Gardner's been in all these projects. Guy Gardner's going to be in Lanterns as well. He Nathan Fillion's all over the DCU, so continuing their story. And part of me, this goes to the business side of it. It's like, okay, it's the Justice Gang, but we all know this is supposed to evolve eventually into the Justice League. Like it's I that's
I'm
the
not sure I know that.
it's they're the Squirtle. Like it's like this is not the final evolution of this. That's how I view it, at least. Like this is the DCU. They have this 10-year plan, this chapter one, gods and monsters. They're introducing so many more huge characters. They're introducing the entire Trinity soon. This is just and this is the Justice Gang that is funded by Max Lord. Like that's not going to be forever. So to that extent, though, wouldn't an R-rated Justice Gang movie be so much fun?
Yeah. Yeah, and fun is really what you're banking on here more than anything. I think that I always view the Justice Gang as like a Thunderbolts. Like there's the Avengers, there's the new
Hmm.
Avengers, and then there's the Thunderbolts, and then there's the Justice League, and then the Justice Gang. They did make a point in the movie about the name. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They made a point about the Justice Gang name and like it being specifically that. They're working on a rebrand or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Justice Gang Justice League looks like. I will say the second Superman movie technically being a team up and not technically Superman 2, that's got BVS written all over it.
Oh yeah.
Like that's one of the biggest crimes of the DCEU was not having a Man of Steel 2.
I would be much more like comfortable if Gunn was saying the opposite of what he's been saying lately, where it's
Sure.
like it's Superman 2. Like it's not what he's basically been telling us is that it could be BVS. It's not going to be, but at this point we don't know.
Yeah.
Superman's in it. It's continuing his story, but it's not a direct sequel. What does that sound a lot like?
That's the other thing is like James Gunn is being so hand in cheek with everything because he knows that things are going well. He does. He sees the reception of Creature Commandos being great, Superman being great. People love Peacemaker. For the people he's worried about, the fans of the product, he knows it's going well. So when he says Blue Beetle can show up, he literally could mean like in a comic that is connected to the DCU. And then when asked about it later, he could be like, well, he did. He was in the comic.
Yeah,
Superman, David Corenswet could voice Superman in Creature Commando season 2, and that could be James Gunn's next Superman project
right.
because it continues his story through there, and then we get Superman 2. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the tongue in cheek of it all is so crazy. But I'm thinking of a Justice Gang movie, maybe without Superman, or Superman as a supplemental piece. You know, an
Mhm.
Iron Man Homecoming situation. Um,
Yeah,
could that team sell a movie? Probably not. Nathan Fillion, biggest face on the poster, right? Isabella Marced. Mr. Terrific, I think could be a sneaky, like, maybe not sell a movie, but people are excited to see him again.
totally.
If Peacemaker joins the Justice Gang at the end of this season, somehow, if
Right.
somehow like, Chekhov's interview, you know what I mean? Like, eventually he joins the gang.
Yeah.
The Peacemaker movie being Peacemaker plus the Justice Gang we just met and a couple other guys,
Yeah.
that would fucking sell, dude. That would be great. That would be really great.
Yeah.
I'd be pumped on that.
I mean, I don't know. In terms of marketability, selling, it's hard for me to. I mean, John Cena definitely helps. I would their direction, I guess, would be a little bit interesting from that point of view. But I mean, it could work. Crazy things have happened, and it'll be fascinating to see what happens. You know, we're doing these reviews for Peacemaker. Like, we'll eventually get to the finale, 2 months from now. Um, that's gonna set something up. What? I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but your call of him joining the Justice Gang would be a really interesting way to really cement his place in this new DCU.
The roster's already evening out. My eyes are on Margot Robbie in a big way.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely.
It's
And
like the biggest question of the DCU right now, I would think. For me,
yeah, I'd say with the
where's
deep connect,
Margot?
totally. I mean, hopefully Idris Elba comes back too, but yeah,
Yep.
Mark. I mean, because then you have when you get introduced Harley Quinn, then what's the Joker continuity, what's the Batman continuity. I mean, we're getting Clayface movies, so these questions are gonna start getting answered pretty soon. And Gunn has seemed to indicate in the past, like that will be something that is addressed, the Harley Quinn question. And if it's Margot Robbie, and I think if it's not Margot Robbie, I think we don't see Harley Quinn for a very long time.
It's a big shoes roll. No doubt.
Exactly.
No doubt. Um, More DC stuff. Did you see the David Corenswet Superman audition tape?
Of course, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was a highlight of whatever day that came out of.
The effort he put in to the switch at the beginning. Like
Yeah.
overacting Clark at the beginning just to sit up straight. I was like, he was coached up on that. I have to
Yeah.
imagine he was coached up on that by somebody. Like, hey, really do the Clark thing and then sit up straight because that's what sells, man. That's really what sells.
Yeah, it's crazy looking at. I mean, it's so cool. Jasmine made a great point. We were watching, or she watched it after I watched it, and she's like, you can really tell how great the directing was because this is good, but it's so much better in the movie. Was
Yeah.
what she noticed. She's like, it's crazy how much directing matters because like you can see this is the right guy for the role. Like this guy is
Uh-huh.
Superman, but you got to be coached up, and like it's so those audition tapes are so you're so exposed because I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe you don't even know you just get a script to read
Uh-huh.
and that's it. There's no other real direction. I guess maybe like in the footnotes or in parentheses or something, but you're just doing
I
it.
think agents talk to each other. I think someone talks to your agent about the script, and the agent's job is to kind of let you know what's up with this script.
Yeah. I really like the opening where it's like an athlete. It's like I'm David Corenswet, I'm 6'4", and then just
Six
cuts.
four. Yeah.
I'm like, what? That's so funny.
Did you see the oh God, 50 Shades of Grey, Madam Web,
Dakota
Social
Johnson?
Network? Yeah. Did you see that movie with Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal?
Yeah.
The shame you get for being under 6 foot from
Yeah,
that movie
oh my
was
gosh.
awful.
I know. I literally had that
I bet you
exact
were laughing your ass off, Stretch. I
no.
bet you were so excited about it.
No, I literally said to Jasmine after watching that movie, I was like, if you're like not, if you're under 6 feet, you feel a certain way walking out of that movie, and if you're over six
Yeah,
feet, you feel a certain way walking out of that movie.
absolutely.
And I mean,
Crazy.
like, me and Jasmine met in high school. It's a little bit different, but I was like asking Jasmine, like, so what do you think? Like, you think it's like that big of a deal, like someone being tall and short? And she's like, well, and I'm tall, so she's like, oh yeah, I guess. But I'm like, no, seriously, like, do you think it's like that big of a deal? Because in the movie, like you said, in the movie,
Right.
Pedro Pascal
It's it's
he's got new legs.
it's everything. It's
Yeah.
literally the first question. It's
I
like
don't
when you're
think it's
signing up for the military, do you have asthma? Yes or no? And that gets you in or out of the whole thing.
yeah. No, exactly. That notion seems
Crazy.
a little old school to me, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
The idea, I think the idea is if you ask anybody, of course,
That's
they're
that
going to
you'd
say it doesn't
prefer.
matter.
Right.
No, no, no.
Oh, no.
They're going to say,
The
oh, it's not about the height. It's about who they are as a person.
no, but then behind the
When,
scenes,
when you're on Tinder, it does fucking matter.
yeah.
Like,
And when you're
like that
talking
shit
to
does matter.
Dakota Johnson's character, you're like,
I, if he was 6 foot, it'd be pretty fucking cool. Like, man,
Funny.
girls. Anyway, the audition tape was dope.
Was.
I put this in a inefficient order. The best wrestling actor debate has popped up
Ah, it's
a lot
back.
lately.
We got The Rock's
Um,
new movie coming out, man.
yeah, that's kind of the big one. Is
Smashing
the Rock
Machine.
Rock with A24? John Cena's in the middle of doing his thing, and Dave Batista is probably the most seasoned of the three over the past 4 or 5 years. He's been in the most different kinds of stuff, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
And to be completely frank, he's the one that's taking it the most seriously. Cena is literally actively in a WWE storyline, and The Rock and Cena face each other like, I mean, The Rock was in WrestleMania literally like last year.
Yeah.
like Batista is acting.
Yep.
So, David, I must ask you, The Rock, Batista, John Cena, rank the wrestling actors.
Yeah, I'm a Batista guy, so I'm
Yeah.
going Batista one. I think he's the best actor if I were to put them all in
Mhm.
a vacuum, which is what this game is doing. Then I'd go Cena,
Right.
then I'd go The Rock. And I'm hoping The Rock changes my mind. I genuinely think I think this is like we're at the spot where The Rock could change my mind with this new movie coming out. And I hope he does. But
Mhm.
so far, that's my order. And John Cena's only at two because of the work in Peacemaker season one, I'd say.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, John Cena and The Rock now have they've done against each other in Fast and Furious, which is just, you know, like that's honestly like the clearest indication that you're probably not a great actor. Not gonna lie.
The Rock is so good at Fast and Furious.
I
I
absolutely
refuse. I
love The Rock in
refuse.
Fast
I
and
refuse to
Furious.
consider that bad acting. It's perfect.
It's more. I'm more so saying like if you're in those movies and that's a big part of your career, you may not have the best like acting chops. Look
All
at
right.
anyone in those movies.
Helen Mirren.
Okay, come on.
Kurt Russell. Tell me Kurt Russell's not an actor.
I'm saying the main.
No, no, I got you.
Gal
I'm
Gadot
with you.
pops
I'm
in
with you.
my
I'm with
head.
it. Yeah,
Um,
well, I mean, those are her best movies. Those are her best movies.
I really
Funny
like her
enough,
and Han in those movies.
I
Fast and
do
Furious
too.
6 is like my favorite.
When
Anyway.
they're in the car and she's
Oh,
on his lap.
correct.
That's
That was a moment in my life.
I would say John Cena's got the best performance. John Cena as Peacemaker, I think, is the best performance by a wrestling actor.
Right.
I really did. Like Peacemaker season one, like it was really good. Like, it's good
Yeah.
stuff.
No, it's good.
More DC stuff, David. We're gonna
Well,
keep
what
going.
was your rank?
Oh, I'm
Cena,
sorry. Uh,
Batista.
Batista, Cena, Rock. I'm sorry. I thought I said I agreed.
Oh, you
Uh,
agreed. Oh, okay.
Batista, Cena, Rock. Cena, I do think has the best overall performance though
I see.
of the three.
Okay.
Of the
Got it.
three, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Batista's really good in Dune.
He's
Not
really
given a
good
lot, but he's good in
in
Dune.
the Knives Out sequel, I thought.
Oh, oh yeah, I forgot he was in that. Hell
He's
yeah,
a
is
really good
the
actor.
MAGA guy with the guns,
Yeah. And then he's in the Knock on the Cabin movie. That was like
which I've heard is tremendous. I
pretty
haven't seen it.
good. It's a little creepy. He's really good. Like
That's what I've heard.
that's the thing. That's the thing that The Rock doesn't have going for him. He has no range. Dwayne The Rock
Mhm.
Johnson. Like
Well,
Batista has range. I would
yeah.
say legitimately.
Yeah. And Cena's just not showing it.
Yeah, Cena's interesting because you're right. It's like he fits Peacemaker like a glove, but he's still in that like you said, he's still doing WWE. He's still John Cena. It's the same thing with The Rock. I guess that's it. Dave Bautista can get the most lost in a role than the other two
Hmm.
can by far. Like you look
Yeah.
at them, it's John Cena,
Without a doubt.
or it's The Rock. It's hard for them to get lost in a role, and genuinely it will not be until I think this new movie with The Rock that it's ever happened, maybe.
Right.
And I hope it does there.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. More DC news. Lauren LaFranc, showrunner for The Penguin, has
Yeah.
signed an HBO development deal. This news made me want to pay attention to this kind of stuff more. If the
Cool.
lady
Great
who
news.
made The Penguin is making more shows for HBO, I will be watching every single one of those shows.
Yeah. I mean,
You know what I mean?
I'll be fascinated to see what she does next. Like that was good on her. That's great. That show was awesome. Happy that she signed on that deal. I wonder what IP plays she could be doing
Hmm.
next. It could even be DCU. We don't know.
Right.
It really could be something else they're doing. So yeah, like that. I think that's great. Great signing by them, and HBO's got a lot of IP, but also not a lot of IP. So we'll see whatever she does next. But I think it'll be in good hands.
Yeah, I think something that gets forgotten about the Penguin is that like it has that Andor thing where it could not be about comic book stuff and be just as good. Like it would be just as good of a mob movie or mob show as it was a DC show.
Exactly.
Um, the Dark Knight paradox, some like to call it, and by some
Yes.
I mean me. Um,
Who's the main
if
character of that
Batman wasn't
movie?
in it, it'd be as good. Oh
Yeah.
no.
That's
The
the Came out in
Penguin was a
2019 Joker. Yeah.
right. The Penguin was originally supposed to be the villain of Birds of Prey instead of Black Mask.
Yeah.
Matt Reeve had dibs, more or less. Uh, he would have fit so well in that movie. Not even Colin Farrell. The Penguin would have fit so well in that movie.
Yeah. A
Would have
a
been great.
penguin in that movie would have been funny. I like
Yeah.
Black Mask though.
Oh, that movie
Even
kicks
McGregor.
ass, dude. That
Yep.
movie kicks ass.
Really like
That's a
that
good
movie.
one. Me too. I'd like to consider that the start of the DCU in my head canon. Birds of
I
Prey, The
mean,
Suicide Squad,
yeah,
Superman.
it's just too much talking about Jared Leto's Joker.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. You're not wrong about that, David. But you know what? It's my head canon, and
I know.
I think Harley Quinn's good enough for us to forgive it.
Right. It is Harley Quinn at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah.
It'll be a dream.
Um, yeah. James Gunn on the DCU style. He was it him? Yeah, he compared it more to Star Wars than the MCU. I think everybody understands that we kind of want the MCU out of the DCU in that project, team up. Project, team up. That's the dream, right? Because we loved it so much in the Infinity Saga. He's claiming more of a Star Wars universe where it's different stories happening on different corners of a similar or a shared Earth slash universe, whatever.
Hmm. Yeah.
This is how you do the Batman thing in my head. If you want Robert Pattinson's Batman to be
Oh,
in this universe,
interesting.
you have to lean into the Star Wars of it all in that it's not necessarily connecting stories, but it's individual stories in a universe that we all love.
Fascinating.
I think
I
we've already lost that chain though, because Creature Commando, Superman, Peacemaker, that is so through line. It's insane.
Yeah, I think with Star Wars, I mean, first off, I think it is a wise PR decision, and they've been saying this. I think even like Corn Sweat said it back in the day, a couple months ago, when he was doing press for Superman. This whole like it's more Star Wars than it is Marvel. I think a big
Yeah,
part of that. Well, you watch Superman 300 years ago, like we're doing the thing, and it's this idea that we can tell stories on a longer timeline, which
right.
also happens in the Marvel, but it's different than in Star Wars, like literally I've always said this, shout out Reckless Rebellion, but even just talking about Star Wars on here, like everything in Star Wars is a prequel. Like there's
Yep.
very few projects of our lifetime. It's really only episodes uh 7, 8, and 9 that are not sequels in our lifetime. They're
Yep.
everything in Star Wars is a prequel, every little thing. So anyway, and that's DC, that if that's what they're doing with DCU, that means, I mean, Paradise Lost is really the only thing that I know for a fact. It's like going back in time. We don't know when Lanterns is set. We don't know when Clayface is set. But the projects we've already gotten and are talking about right now, they are in sequence. We imagine Supergirl is somewhere in this sequence as well, which, timeline wise is now a conversation after Peacemaker. But still, like it's all around the same time. And I don't know. I think honestly, like to the answer, you don't want to compare the DCU to the MCU as much as possible, in my opinion, especially if
Absolutely.
you're comparing this to Phase One and just really not Phase One, Saga, the Infinity Saga. You don't want to compare the original Infinity Saga to this opening 10 years of the DCU. That is not a winning battle.
You're never gonna get it.
No.
That's trying to be the Lakers when you're not the Lakers. The timeline thing's funny because we already have had a conversation of, well, when does this take place? And wouldn't it make more sense if it took place then? But I think we've already done that. And we've got one episode into the first show of the DCU. It
Yep.
is Star Wars. It is
Yeah,
Star Wars.
right.
And in 3 4 years, we're all gonna hate everything. And that's Star Wars, baby. That's Star Wars. What's the next Star Wars thing, David?
Mando and Grogu, baby.
The movie, yeah.
That's right. Back in
That's
theaters.
great. When's the last time we didn't have a Disney Plus Star Wars project to think
Yeah,
about?
it's been a while. Well,
Forever.
we got animated stuff, but you know me,
That's not
kind
that's not
of.
our bag. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
no,
I
not my
know I
bag.
know where you stand. I know you're a one issue voter for animated stuff. Um, Moving out of DC into the MCU, we have a new casting of Spider-Man Brand New Day. We have Tom Holland, we have Sadie Sink, we have who else? John Bernthal, we have Mark Ruffalo.
Zendaya, Chicken
Who's
Padawan.
it? Adding to the roster for Spider-Man Brand New Day in an unnamed role, Tramell Tillman, famous for his Severance performance. Haven't seen the show all seasons. Last season,
2 seasons as Mr.
two,
Milchick.
so he's a guy. He's a guy.
Oh yeah,
And also, most notably on this podcast, the standout star from Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning Part Two, Dead Reckoning. They
yes.
changed the title.
Final
Dead Reckoning.
Reckoning. Final Reckoning.
And the line was, David, from Tramell in Mission Impossible. What was it?
And you must be out of your mind.
Yeah, man. The out of your mind guy from Mission Impossible
Because
Spider-Man Brand New Day.
yeah, he gets in. Tom Cruise goes, "You must be Captain Bledsoe," and then hits you with the line. And
You must be out of your mind.
that's a great line. He is like firing on all cylinders. He is so good in his short supply of scenes. Like classic rewatchables bit. One of the things like the Dion Waiters Award.
Yeah.
I remember watching the movie thinking this is the Dion Waiters of this movie. He is just comes in, goes like 8 for 8 from the field and plays 7 minutes, and it's just great. And especially for me, like I'm a Severance fan. A pop in the I forgot he was in it. It's such a long movie. I'm getting lost in thinking. And then all of a sudden it's like, you must be out of your mind. I'm
Out
like,
of
oh
your
shit,
mind.
it's Mr. Milchick. This is great. Great actor. Like on this casting, rising actor, of course, popularity wise. Like now your awareness of him through Mission Impossible. Everyone who's seen Severance though loves him. He's like he just quick like kind of synopsis for his character. He's the guy, you know the bit of Severance, right?
Yeah.
Like what it means.
Yeah.
So he's on the inside. He's like he works at the
Oh,
office,
sure,
but
sure.
he's not severed.
Severanced.
Yeah, he's not severed.
Severed. Fuck yeah. That's cool.
Watch the show, man. It's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. You saying that made me want to watch the show. That's some sci-fi shit I get behind.
Yeah. Ben Stiller, shout out.
Severed.
Adam Scott. Yeah, so
Hey, we don't support Ben Stiller on this podcast.
Oh, is that right?
He talks shit about my hometown.
Oh,
I'm from here, 317.
I didn't
Nick's
see
winning.
that.
Nah, he didn't really. He and Pat got into his whole thing during the Pacers playoff.
Oh, right, the Knicks.
I love Ben Stiller.
Him and Timmy. Yeah, so this is great casting. I really loved how Spider-Man's doing this right now with the whole. Oh, Sadie Sink's in the movie. Mr. Milchick's in the movie. Like we're not telling you who, but they're in the movie. The Sadie Sink thing, by the way, quick little side note, because I think that's all we really have. Great actor, excited to see who he plays, who he's gonna play. Hell if I know. I'd love for it to be Norman Osborn. I don't think it will be.
Tombstone is another one that got thrown around a lot.
Tombstone is a fascinating one. I like that a lot. A villain, I think. I think someone did report it'll be a villain, which I think
Has to be.
sounds yeah apt.
Makes me want to watch Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man again.
Yeah, I know that was the whole thing with oh
Lonnie.
who voices Norman in that show
Oh,
Coleman
Coleman Domingo. Fuck,
Coleman
he was
Domingo.
so good. He was
Yeah.
so fucking good. I'm
So
sorry,
it's
Sadie Sink, Spider-Man.
who's she gonna play? And I'm kind of hoping we never find out. Like we're at that level where sure set photos might happen, but they're really trying to keep this a secret. And the new thing is like, what if they do the whole Zendaya and Homecoming? Oh, but my friends call me MJ. You know, like what if they pull one of those off? Where Sadie Sink's some like her character name is like something random, you know? Everyone calls her JG. And then at the end it's like, yeah, my real name's Jean. And then
I would throw something through a wall. If that is how Jean Grey is introduced in the MCU by accident, oh, I'd be
when
angry.
the
What are
music
you, some kind
plays
of
and you're
Suicide Squad?
the music plays and you're like, oh, I'm so back. This is great. Yep. I don't know. I'm just
That
I,
would bum me out, bro.
well, it's like is she Gwen Stacy? Is she Jean Grey? Is she some other character? I don't know, but I love the secrecy around it, and I hope they can keep that up. And now to the same effect with Tramell Tillman, I hope that they can keep up the secrecy because it's fun at least until a trailer. You know,
Mhm.
trailers they'll have to give it away, especially if they're a main character. But for now, it's fun to keep the guessing game because normally I feel like when there's these announcements, it comes with a character. You
Yeah,
know, it comes like, oh, they've been
lately.
cast as blank. X is Y. You know, we don't know who the Y
Mhm.
is.
Finkel is Einhorn. Well, Ace Ventura reference. Miami. Get it? Other universes we love. Some other news. This Frankenstein movie.
Oh yeah,
Who's that director? Guillermo
Guillermo
del
del
Toro?
Toro,
Should we be paying more attention to this?
dude. Well, it's one of my whole box office things. It's a Netflix movie.
Sure. Oh, it is
I
a Netflix movie.
it sure is
That
limited
I didn't know.
release. I did like how Jacob Elordi actively spoke out against it, even though he signed on for a Netflix movie and knew that when he signed on to the deal. But respect, you know, put your money where your mouth is. Whatever.
Yeah.
Um, Guillermo del Toro, Frankenstein. It seems like a really great one to one. It seems like it's going to be a 1-to-1. Uh, you know,
Shelley.
yeah, Mary Shelley adaptation. Couldn't think of
Mhm.
adaptation for a second. And I really enjoy Frankenstein, the original movie, from
Yeah.
school and everything. And it'll be really creepy. I'm excited for no more trailers to come out. And it comes out pretty soon, right? November. Um, and,
Early
and
November, I think.
And I think that's the Netflix date. So I think it'll be in theaters even before then, limitedly. But yeah, I'll definitely be seeing this one. At least I think. It seems to be a Frankenstein. Not it won't be played for laughs. You know.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to debut at the Venice International Film Festival on August 30th.
Oh, soon.
Theaters August 17th.
August
Netflix
17th,
October
October
17th,
17th.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
And then Netflix 2, 3 weeks later, November 7th.
Cool.
So they're going to catch Halloween in theaters.
Yeah, that's smart to me.
That plays. I
Yeah,
mean, if you're gonna do the short window digital release thing, catch Halloween there. You know, that's a good
yeah.
move.
It just won't be a wide release is the thing. You know,
That's a bummer.
this is
I
the
hope I get to
this
see
is the
it.
Netflix of it all. Like it's not like they're doing like yeah, like you were saying the tight window. It's just like it'll be just. I remember trying to go see. I think you saw it in theaters too, right? Knives Out too.
Saw Glass Onion in theaters, yeah.
Yeah,
Denver.
yeah, super limited though. And
Hmm.
I mean, this is a great cast. Oscar Isaac, My Goth, Jacob Elordi is the monster, which is a pretty cool casting.
It's dope.
I think that was the one where it was supposed to be Andrew Garfield, and it became Jacob Elordi. Jacob Elordi, I think, is a better cast for that though. He's like 6'6", like
Yeah,
that.
big guy.
Really gonna play well. And apparently is just totally unrecognizable, and that sounds really great.
Dismantled. Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
I love the idea of a monster franchise. Doesn't even have to be connected.
Yeah.
Just just the same studio, the same showrunners, same writers would be cool. Making monster movies. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what's funny is this is not a universal product because, you know, Frankenstein. But at Epic Universe now in Orlando, they have a whole Monsters Land that leans into
Right.
all this, the werewolves and Frankenstein,
Vampires,
vampires,
zombies.
like they're and that's based on like the early
Yeah.
adaptations of the movies, early Universal movies of the 20 or the not the 20s, the 1900s. But I agree. Like it sounds fun, it sounds marketable. And in this case, Guillermo del Toro always having a great, unique vision
Hmm.
and great casting. It's just
Yeah.
for me, the Netflix of it all. Like, yeah.
Let's hope we can
Fine.
catch it in theaters and at least simulate some hype. You know what I
Right.
mean? Um,
They're probably pretty
yeah, man. I
popular.
mean, it's the original movie universe, the monsters. It really is. I don't know for sure. I assume one of the first big theater crossovers was a Dracula Frankenstein thing or a
Right.
werewolf mummy thing. Like that's
Godzilla King Kong.
Godzilla King Kong. Sure, sure. God, those cartoons were sick. Um, Chadwick Boseman documentary. Same people who made the Christopher Reeve documentary. I am excited for people to see how much more than Black Panther it's going to be. You know what I mean? Like Black Panther is going to be a big part of this documentary, sure. He did
Yeah.
so much other amazing stuff. Like he is such a I've never seen him in something that I don't love, and I cannot wait to see his whole story be told with Black Panther obviously being like a big chapter of it. I'm really excited for this.
Me too. It'll be a huge tearjerker, no doubt about it. Of course, he's only not been gone for what, 5 years or so.
5 years? Yeah.
Um, Terrible. But regardless, I'm happy it's the team of Superman. That doc was really great. Saw that movie in theaters. That was
Theaters,
really
yeah.
really good experience. And that was a really well put together documentary. I think for me, honestly, it would be it's gonna be well, like how many documentaries really thrive in this are those interviews. Who's
The talking
interviewed?
heads.
Yeah, like uh, is like the testimonials. Is it his family? Is it Ryan Coogler, Michael B.
Definitely.
Jordan, like
Definitely.
even Feige?
Yeah.
That would be cool. But I think like to your point, where it's like outside of
Feige be cool.
Black Panther, I want to hear more about his life, and I hope they dive into him keeping it a secret.
Yeah.
We forget that was such a stun
The
when that
quietness
news
of it
came
all.
out. It was not this whole thing. Like he chose not to be like he wasn't out about his cancer. Like he didn't make
Yeah.
it. He really didn't make it define him, and he doesn't. Almost because of that, doesn't really define like we don't think about it. We know he died from cancer, but it was all so sudden for us on the outside, and I wonder if this documentary will kind of give us an inside perspective.
It's such a unique thing. We saw him so much up into his death, but we never saw him sick. You
Yeah.
know? Like we never got to like see that in him ever. So when we watch him, that's not marred. Not to say that there's any like shame in like being out about your illness, but like, that's a thing with death a lot of the time is like, I want you to remember me a certain way. We remember Chadwick as T'Challa,
Well, I don't know.
like
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if you
like that's
remember
his
this.
last thing.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember this, but there were like images of him with fans during those months, and people were
Then
being really mean online.
hmm
Throwing accusations left and right. And yeah, that was, I think, a lesson on perspective for a lot of people.
I bet we get a Russo brother in there.
That would be cool.
He's done four of their movies. They're tight, it seems like.
I'd say
Did you see
Coogler's
21 Bridges?
gotta be, yeah, yeah,
Good.
yeah, good movie.
Really
Yeah,
good.
good call. I think Coogler's probably the one from Hollywood I would expect most, I think.
Yeah.
Um, just because I mean, launching Black Panther in the MCU was just a one of one experience.
And it's also like he's played Jackie Robinson. He's played James Brown. Like how much would Chadwick Boseman have loved Sinners?
Yeah. Oh my
Like
gosh. I would have been in
there's
it.
that side of it too.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
Yeah, it makes me
Um,
sad.
couple more things. I'm gonna skip the Lord of the Rings thing. Um, last thing. Glenn Powell and Austin Butler were both asked recently in interviews if they had considered or would like to be considered to be James Bond. I love both of their answers. And both of them almost had the exact same answer. I'm from Texas. No American should be James Bond. James Bond's a British guy. He
Yep.
should remain a British guy. And I love that. They nailed it. Like and you and I both hate what would you think about playing Miles Morales? Who's gonna say no? You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like who on earth would be like, not for me, just not something I want to do. Both
exactly.
of them answering that with a definitive, I don't come from the right country. Love that. I thought
Yeah,
that was sick.
absolutely. This
It's
is
true.
not. It's not a scenario where we, I think in the like we're fine. I would say we're pretty open. I mean, what Superman's been British, and that
Yeah,
I don't think that ever was part of the Henry Cavill discourse was the fact that he's not from the United
that's
States.
so funny. I never thought about
Um,
that.
like, and then Superman's known as this American icon. So
Yeah.
much so where the international box office like suffered this movie because he's so synonymous with America, and what we maybe represent right now. Anyway, um,
Batman also very British.
yeah,
So
right.
British.
British right now. Been British. I mean, Affleck.
Twice.
What? Yeah, it's really. I mean, in modern days, it's only been Affleck that wasn't British. Could be British again. There's and so it's fascinating with like it can go that way, but it
Hmm.
can't go the other way. Like if there was an American cast as James Bond, that no thanks, I'm good. Even though like Austin Butler, if he was a British guy, like he's kind of suave and stuff, that could be cool. But I don't want
Plus,
that.
he would get
The
the
big thing
acting
is
in.
the here's let's end the podcast on this, Matt. What happens in 6 months? Less than 6 months.
Hopefully.
The new year. Let's say it's January 1st, 2026, and the Hollywood Reporter has just reported that Tom Holland will be the next James Bond. What do you say?
What do I say? It's a good question. Movies or sports?
Yeah.
It's Anthony Richardson. Show up. You know what I mean? Like, here's your chance. You better be awesome.
Mm,
You know? Anthony Richardson's bad comp, but it's a Tom Holland thing where like if he's gonna get James Bond, he better be fucking great.
yeah.
Like the room for error for Tom Holland as James Bond is significantly less than any other option they could possibly pick.
Yeah. I'm
You know what I
looking
mean? Like they will tear it apart whatever you do, so you better go out there and ball.
absolutely. It would be crazy. I'm looking at the Vegas odds right now. He's kind of lower on the list than I was expecting, but it's a big like question where it's like, could it be Tom Holland? Because he's such a huge name. He's young. Other names on here, Aaron Taylor Johnson, of course,
That's who I
long
want.
since been rumored.
That's who I want.
Henry Cavill, just mentioned him. Caleb Turner, who I forget what movie he's in. He's a notable actor. Gosh, I'm gonna get
I got it.
Caleb Turner. What?
Oh, he's in that new Miles Teller Lizzie Olsen thing.
Yeah. What is
Yeah,
he in though?
the
There's
Boys
some
in the Boat, Masters of Air,
Oh, the boys in the
Fantastic
boat that
Beasts, but he's not Eddie Redmayne. What
um
does he look like, Eddie Redmayne?
people
Am I
like
right?
him though.
Oh no,
Theo James is on the list.
sure.
Jacob Elordi, we just mentioned him. Harris Dickinson, but he's now a Beatle. I mean, I say all that, but Tom Holland's
Could be a
Spider-Man.
Beatle and James Bond.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
sick.
it's
Yeah,
fascinating
but
because
Craven James Bond.
oh
You know.
right. I wouldn't hate Aaron Taylor Johnson. If it ends up being Aaron Taylor Johnson, I'd be like, fine.
Him and Bullet Train made me want him to be Bond.
Yeah, like he can be an action star.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
convinced.
great Godzilla. Um, this Caleb Turner guy, love him. I've
What's the
only ever
part?
seen the trailer for that Lizzie Olsen movie that I want to see. Have
Right.
you
That's
seen
that
that?
new movie coming out.
Where they
Yeah.
go to heaven or whatever?
That looks really good.
That looks so good.
Maybe
Looks
that'll
so good.
win him the job.
Hey, that's what we're looking for. And honestly, like that's a good point, David. Look at these actors, what they're doing next, and timing with the Bond announcement. Because like it's not just performances in those movies, it's public reception.
Right. Absolutely.
Picking it up a
Well,
little
that's the
bit.
thing with that goes into the Holland thing. Is Holland gonna have this second wind like no other coming off the Odyssey and Spider-Man 4? It's if you're Amazon MGM, you're like, this guy's about to be by a year from day, he's gonna be the biggest. I mean, he's gonna be back. He is going to be so back. Like it's just gonna be like, holy shit, Tom Holland. I mean, there's already buzz. He could be nominated for that role in the Odyssey, which I'm getting ahead
That's a
of
good
myself
point.
here. But like, if that does happen, he's the biggest British star in the world, acting wise at least. maybe it should be James Bond. But I think
Yeah,
acting will happen sooner rather than later because it's Denis Villeneuve doing it. He has Dune 3 first, but they're gonna want to keep that thing, keep that machine rolling.
it's probably why they asked Austin Butler. Yeah, because he's worked with Denny,
I guess. I mean, the fact that he was asked and Glenn Powell's asked, it's just young, up and coming
young white
actors.
guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, all right. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's everything you need to know about the university you love. David, that was fun. I had a good time.
That was fun.
We'll be back on Friday for Peacemaker season 2, episode 2. Also keep an eye out on the Screen Rant YouTube page. I'm gonna be doing videos over there for Peacemaker, and I am coming on to the Unbinged pod with
That's
Alfredo Brett.
exciting.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get a taste there, and I assume David, you will be on the very next episode, if I had to
Oh,
guess.
fun.
They like us over there, man. You know,
Oh,
they're good people, they're good friends. It's
shout
exciting,
out,
and
shout
they
out.
listen. They're fans. I'm excited to join them because I love their show as well. I'm excited to kind of, bridge the gap officially outside of just on the social media on that Twitter app that we all love.
That's right. Love
That's
it.
right. David, you got anything else going on over at thedirect.com you want people to know about?
Not much. Just been grinding away. Still been posting up the Dark Extras YouTube page. Still been posting up some of my interview content from Comic-Con, which was about a month ago, but all that stuff's still coming out. My Aztec Batman article and interviews with the cast and crew of that new project that's coming out next month will be dropping soon. So, if you haven't already, subscribe to the Direct Extras YouTube page, do all that good stuff, and yeah, keep an eye out on my direct.com author page as well.
Well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's everything you need to know about the university you love. For David, I'm Matt. Until then, we'll see you next time.